one of the main things that FBA says to immigrants is that we should go back to our native land, right? And given that your ancestors thought of down south as their native land, when FBA tell me to go back to my native land, can I tell them to go back to their native land?
No, because Frederick Douglass said that our native land is America. So Harriet Tubman said her native land is Maryland. Frederick Douglass said her native
land.
No, but
down south.
yeah.
Down south, the Confederate States were actually seceded and were an independent country for like maybe some of the states.
4 years. 4 years.
For 4 years. Some of them for longer than that. Some of them were independent for maybe up to 10 years. Some of those southern states. So I can see why they would look at it as a totally different country. The North and South were like two different countries. And the fact that she's calling the South her native land, and that native land is more seen as a totally different country. That says to me that it's actually true that the South and the North were operating as if they were two totally different countries. And there was a point where they actually were two different countries. And during that time when they were two different countries, when the South seceded, a lot of Black people left the South and came up north. So they actually left their native land, which was a different country, and came up here for a better living, which is the same thing that you guys accuse immigrants of doing. Especially, that's the same thing, leaving their native land to come to a different country. And that is exactly what Harriet Tubman is admitting to doing, the same exact thing, leaving her native land, which was a different country, to come up north, which is the same thing that you today are telling immigrants they should not do. The very same thing that your ancestors did, the very same thing that your ancestors did is what you're condemning immigrants for doing. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go.